Alright, what's up everyone? Here we are today with a Patreon deck from Atomy. This is an ultra cheap Nod aggro with Kane. The biggest issue I see with this deck is there's no expensive anti-air unit. It's basically a requirement to play Phantom or Stealth Tank in Nod at the moment. I don't really think you can get away with not having one of those two, but maybe bikes are all you need. Like maybe you actually can just win with bike spam, we'll see. But definitely, I mean, we did that just to make bikes challenge one time, and we did kind of win with just bikes a lot. So maybe it'll be fine. Anyway, we're going to be playing this deck. We'll see how it goes. I'm a little concerned about Inferno. You're asking if my old chair is behind me? No, my old chair is not behind me.
Establishing battlefield
In a different
control.
room. Okay.
3, 2, 1. New objective received.
So we are a rifle opening deck. We're probably looking to tech switch quite quickly.
Unit ready.
Scavenger Rush. Wow, you don't see that one very often.
Unit
That
ready.
is definitely an unusual start. Gonna send a rifleman to scout while the other one handles the scavengers.
Militia here. We're ready to face in here with the unbelievers will suffer.
Air tower already. Interesting.
Bring 'em to their knees.
I guess we're going bikes. Yeah, we only have bike and laser, so
What's needed?
not a lot of options here. So I'll just go bikes. Kind of half full. Way ahead of you, way ahead of you, Chief. Laser drone Venom feels like it's going to be an unpleasant matchup for me.
Unit offline. Unit ready.
I really like attacking the harvester apparently.
Unit offline. Warning. Our base is under attack. Unit ready.
Ready to serve. Lasers charged.
Who can blame him?
Brothers move up. Lasers come on.
That juicy half available.
Let's go. Lasers hit them with precision. That's it.
Unit offline. Unit ready.
Chuggy just shot down the infantry.
Unit offline.
And now he's just what, spamming laser drones at my half, or well, that was not a close game. Not a close game of Command & Conquer Rivals there.
You are victorious. 3, 2, 1. New mission received.
Dawn 3Z.
Building online.
Also, we have a GDI opponent. Insane. Imagine playing GDI when you could play Nod.
Taking position.
Although he is playing Solomon, so I guess that makes some sense, because Solomon is cheap.
We're ready to serve. What's needed? Destroy the GDI. Let's go. Let's go. Advancing. Not more brothers. Move.
Unit ready.
Stopping.
This deck sends me a little bit further back than I'd like.
Let's bring up to
He didn't go for third rifle though, so we're gonna win the rifle war. He goes into Talon. Interesting choice.
Building online.
militia. Destroy the GDI.
Unit offline.
Let's go. Militia here.
Unit ready. Unit offline.
No Orca though. Normally you'd expect to see an Orca follow up with the air tower switch. Maybe he just hasn't got enough money for an Orca. Nope, there it is. What a surprise.
Unit offline.
Jump jets.
Building online.
Okay, let's make the first Venom of the run. I feel like Venom's pretty weak at the moment in the meta game, even though it's a reasonably strong unit overall. Just doesn't feel great in this meta.
Unit offline. Unit ready. Defense online.
Pretty aggressive Pain Tower. But the game's close to over, so I figure if we just take out that Pibble, we probably just win immediately. kind of looks like that's going to be the case as well. Alright, very nice. Kane lives. Feels good, man. Very aggro.
Mission accomplished. 3, 2, 1. New objective available.
Risky piss.
Imperium is calling.
Interesting.
Building
Probably should go rifle first in this deck because we want to be aggressively charging. He probably did mistype. Cheesy instead of cheat. No, he meant cheat. He definitely meant cheat.
Kill the bloody unbelievers will self-destruct. What's the taking position?
Unit ready. Unit offline.
Okay, frisky pisk. I don't really want a tech switch, so I'm going to go third rifle.
Destroy the GDI. We're ready to. What's the brothers move out?
Chuggy. What do I make against Chuggy? I guess I just go bite. Just want to play bite Chuggy versus bite Chuggy, right?
Unit offline.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be. It's just going to be bite Chuggy mirror. The standard Chuggy mirror. Both players just make bites. He'll probably make a laser, and then I'll make a Chuggy. But we will see. His militant is actually a liability in this matchup because you just need as many bites as possible once it becomes a Chuggy mirror match. Well, he didn't make lasers, which is weird. Like, the reason to, like, you should always make the lasers and then you stop making lasers when the enemy has a Chuggy. But if the enemy doesn't have a Chuggy and they just have a bunch of bites, then you have to make laser to capitalize on your infantry advantage. Yeah, see, now the laser is too late. But here comes the laser spam. He's gonna make like 3 of them here. Get the counter buggy. See what our opponent goes into. It is Inferno, boosted Inferno. Yep, this is the unit that my deck is going to struggle with the most, I think. Although it's probably too late here to matter. Oh no, hang on, he's got a double kill. It's gonna help him out. Yeah, we just need to spam bites against the Inferno, I think. Jesus, man. Yep, Inferno is a problem for this deck. Inferno is definitely a problem for this deck. We don't have, like, there is no other play either. Like, we have nothing except bite spam. If an opponent makes an Inferno, we do not have choices. We just have to make bites and hope that gets there. We can't even, like, our big power move is Obelisk, which isn't relevant against Inferno. So yeah, it's a really unfortunate situation. I guess I can switch into air, and I'm not quite as weak to Inferno. But then he'll just spam bites, so I'm not sure that really helps us either. I don't even know what to do here. I guess just hope that our Venom lives long enough. And it did. Alright, GG. Sort of. We almost lost. We almost lost the second Inferno. Which is it's almost impossible to kill an Inferno with this deck. At least not reasonably. Like, we can kill an Inferno, but it's gonna just require spamming bikes at it and losing map position doing it.
3, 2, 1.
Up against Rhino. Again, playing the Mighty Solomon. And he's gone Blind Double Harvester. Okay. Good stuff. Big fan. Just zero fear.
Building online. Unit ready.
Ready to serve. Destroy
Your command.
what's needed.
Revving the engine. Missiles will smash.
Militia.
Who he tech switches into? Probably going to be air. I'm guessing it'll be an Orca. Hey, what do you know? It's an Orca.
Warhead launched. Unit offline.
And now it's gone.
Unit ready.
Destroy the GDI. Let's go.
MG squad. Oh dear.
For the Brotherhood.
Jabronicus Maximus over here.
The missiles will smash 'em. No problem. Gonna brain 'em.
Building online. Unit offline.
Position. Burning. Getting hammered. Gonna break.
What's needed, Badger?
Your command. Venom.
We're ready for Kane.
Unit offline.
It's on. Venom.
Militia, brother.
Obliterated. Missiles.
I mean, this guy's gonna need to do something pretty soon because the game's about to end. Maybe a Solomon sling. Yeah, makes sense. Nothing. Just I win. Okay. Cool game. Both teams fought hard.
Weapon launched. Objective complete. 3, 2, 1. New objective received.
VAT 85. Do we think this guy was born in 1985? What's up, Frisky Pisk? Good game, my dude. Oh, I'm getting rushed.
Militia here.
Scary.
Let's do it for Kane. As you wish.
Scary stuff. Let's hide our harvester behind some lasers.
Your brother got it. Faith in not.
Unit ready.
Right, wow. That was a terrifying rush.
We're ready to laser squad. Power and militia here. Lasers, look 'em up. Taking position. Woods, let's go. Let's go. Laser squad. We're ready to laser squad. Lasers move for the Brotherhood. Lasers, look 'em up. Take laser squad. Ready. Militia. Laser squad. Destroy lasers. We're ready to serve.
Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed, Jeffrey, but Quasar put Quasar 173.
Laser squad.
So does that mean Quasar is like
See design. Laser
almost 2,000 years old?
Laser squad. Laser squad. Lasers charge. Look 'em up.
Turn in the green.
Laser squad. Ready for ready. Laser squad. Surprise.
I'm Gardner.
Unit ready.
It's possible. Yeah, absolutely.
Move for the
I could believe it. All right, so we've got lasers, we've got Chuggy. Opponent is, you know, not sure what to do next. The classic situation of a player playing against laser and Chuggy. You're like, what is going on? I can't beat these two units. This is absurd.
Building online.
Oh, he's got his own Chuggy. Interesting. And he suicided it. That's awkward.
Offline.
Wound. I'm the one getting sprayed. Greedy meaty.
Alright, let's make some bites.
Unit ready.
Problem. Let's freeze the enemy. Get your keys on this.
Look 'em up. Laser squad. Lasers.
Red green. Green.
Laser squad.
This one out.
Trying to cycle through my garbage units here. Try and get some slightly stronger ones out.
Unit offline.
But to be fair, the deck is mostly garbage unit. There goes the Chugster.
Defense.
Looks like we're going to lose the missile. Took too long for us to retool into an anti-infantry build. Oh, hang on, maybe not. We're actually doing alright. Surprising. I think we might have it. Alright, a shocking turn of events. We've actually won this missile. Good job, team. I think my bites must have killed a laser up top.
Unit offline. Mission accomplished.
Alright, looks like we got ourselves the rematch. Now the question is Hurvat gonna bike rush again after his colossal failure in his first bike rush? He is! Good job, Hurvat. I respect a man who just doesn't give a fuck, you know? I like a guy who loses a bike rush, cues into the same guy and goes, I'm gonna get him this time. He's like, you know what? The first one didn't go great, but the second one, I'm gonna fucking get him.
Laser squad. We're ready to laser squad. Lasers charge. Woods.
Now, of course, the best way to beat a bike rush is to simply not have a harvester. So that is what we have done here. We simply do not have a harvester.
Building online.
Now, this play of going into bikes instead of my own harvester is super aggressive. And a bad play. Don't try this at home, chat. This is not what you should do. But I just wanted Hurvat to know that if he wants to make it about harvesters, I can do that. If you want to make this a harvester game, my G, then we can accommodate that. Alright, pretty strong start there for me. I like that he just went for the harvester though, you know, like he just didn't care. He was like, yeah, last game didn't go great, but I think bike rushing a second time will go well. Because the thing that doesn't matter in a bike rush is the element of surprise. That's the least important aspect of a bike rush. It's the commitment with which you rush that really matters. Right, well, this is going pretty well. I don't really have anything, I have no payoff though. I have no payoff for being this far ahead. There's no like expensive unit I can shove down my opponent's throat. There's just nothing. It's just laser drones. It's just laser drones and lasers. I guess we can put an obelisk down. Which is pretty big, who cares? Alright, we have defeatinated the evil Hervat for a second time.
You are victorious in battlefield control.
Yulissa? Or is that Yissa? Is that a capital I or an L? It's an L, right? Yulissa.
New objective available.
They don't sell them in regular grocery stores, so it might be a while until you get another chance. Do you enjoy a bounty bar, Pablo? If you like a bounty bar, and you struggle to get a bounty bar, and then you did not purchase one when one was available, then yeah, I think you might have made a mistake on that front. I personally don't really enjoy a bounty bar, and therefore, when I have the opportunity to buy one, I don't often take it. But if you're a bounty fan, and chose not to purchase one when you aren't sure when the next one is coming from, then that's pretty loose. I don't feel great about fighting flamers. I feel like a tank opponent would be really hard to beat. Like, tank beats Chuggy, and then laser drone doesn't really shut down tank that well. So I'm a little concerned that we're going to run into a guy with a scorpion or a predator at some point. I think that could definitely be an issue. Another opponent looking at laser Chuggy thinking, how on earth do I defeat this? He's like, what's going on? There's only 2 units. Why can't I win? How do I kill either of these units ever? And the answer is, oh, there's a scorpion. The answer is well, the answer is scorpion, to be fair, but might be a little late to the party now. We do have Cane for scorpion, but we can't just pop off a Cane every single time we see a scorpion. Like, we can't just obelisk the first scorpion we see in every match. That's not a winning strategy. I guess laser drone, right? We have to at least try the laser drones. But what if we did laser drone Chuggy instead of laser Chuggy? Like, if he doesn't have air, the laser drone could maybe perform adequately, like as just an anti-vehicle unit to protect the chemical buggy. Might be worth trying, right? There's now 2 scorpion tanks. Oh, we have a phantom. That's a bit of a beating. Well, time to go back to good old-fashioned bite spam. When in doubt, just make bites. I'm definitely going to obelisk this scorpion. Cane lives! Oh, Inferno, that's the other unit that's good against our deck. It's a shame if the game was over, my dude. That guy's deck seemed real good against us. The longer that game went on, the worse it would have got.
Objective complete. 3, 2, 1. New objective received.
Look out, boys, it's OG Clouds.
Come join us.
Harvester ready.
Cane lives!
Unit ready. Warning. Our base is under attack.
This is the guy who I disconnected against, and then he was like, share game, GG, I think you pulled out your router. Yeah. At least I think it was this guy. Okay, looks like we're gonna have ourselves a Chuggy mirror. Which basically translates into a bike mirror.
Unit ready. Unit offline. position. Lasers taking.
For the Brotherhood.
Lasers full. Power.
Your command.
Unit ready.
Buggy, Hellboy, rolling on to
Lasers is.
There'll be no good dates. Gonna break.
Unit offline.
We attack boys ready. Gonna let's screw the enemy.
Mutants? I guess I'd have to switch into Venom against Mutant.
Green machine on the move.
Missile launched.
I'm green.
I don't really want to switch into Venom, but against Mutant we don't have a lot of choice. We're definitely not going to win against Mutant Chuggy.
Burning rubber. Ready to serve.
Unit offline. Unit offline.
You're rolling out. Oh, there'll be no
Unit offline.
venom out. You're coming before them, no good. Let's heal up a cane. You're burning venom.
Out of money. I guess I did tech switch, but still surprised to be broke.
You're burning rubber.
What's needed?
Launches will bust their doyle.
Before the Brotherhood.
Launches hill advance for them, no
Unit ready.
right. Hill up a cane.
Unit off.
We're gonna cane Chuggy.
Defense online.
You're rip them apart. You're rolling out.
Unit ready. Unit offline.
It's not looking great.
Unit offline. Missile
Kane can take care of the Chuggy. And we just need to hold. We just need to hold the top. Too many lasers coming up.
Unit offline. Unit offline. Unit ready.
Boosted laser is an interesting choice when I have Chuggy on the pad.
Unit offline.
Oh, whoops. Oh, I just misclicked. I think I just lost the missile. Oh, yeah. Misclicked and lost the missile. That's super annoying.
Major structural damage received.
It really is just a bike spam deck. Like, I don't have a lot of I don't have a lot of options apart from spamming bikes.
Unit offline.
It doesn't feel amazing.
Unit offline.
I'm green and mean. You're coming on missiles.
Unit offline. Unit ready. Unit ready.
Yeah, I just have bikes. That's all this deck has.
Defense online. Unit offline.
I'm green and mean.
Unit offline.
Oh, that Chuggy with a misclick. Feels bad, man. I think we're gonna win though. Hey, let's go.
Certainly newsworthy.
This deck is not very good, I think.
Mission accomplished.
This deck just doesn't. It just lacks so much punch. It's just a bike Chuggy deck. That's all it has going on.
Establishing battlefield control.
Looks like we got ourselves a rematch.
3, 2.
Now he opens wheels, so I'm actually gonna bike rush him. I think. He also doesn't have he does have laser, right?
Was regrettable.
He just surrenders. Right, fair enough.
You
So much for the rematch. Alright, the last game is the deck. We're up against Seth, which is not very common these days.
The Brotherhood is rising.
See what one time is up to.
Harvester ready.
Imperium is calling.
We've got Harvester Rifle, pretty standard opening.
Let's go. Let's go. Unit ready. What's needed? Militia, we're ready. Taking position.
Try and get a 2v1 down here.
Move out. Militia here. Destroy the GDI. Unit ready. We're ready. No stopping. What's the militia here?
Both on triple rifle.
Destroy the GDI.
against the Chuggy. Unfortunate. What's my bike doing? We're going after the Chuggy, obviously. Yeah, we did not have the advantage in the early game. I should have sent the bikes down instead of middle. That was a misplay. I actually did start by sending them down, and that was correct. Oh, and he has tank? That's not good for me. This looks like a pretty rough matchup. Maybe we should have just gone Chuggy as soon as we saw his Chuggy instead of bikes. That's often the correct play. Not sure what the set is for. That's a weird choice. He's sent it at my base, really? Okay, that's definitely an ignore. Or a Banshee, and I'm top cap. It's not good. I don't think he has enough units to occupy the pads. Yeah. Okay. Another set. Another random set. Okay. Man, this deck is severely lacking in punch. He's gonna cane anything that can kill a laser. Alright, looks like we got him. Not sure what he was doing with the Cephs there. He just like suicided 2 Cephs. It was crazy.
Objective complete.
That was really wild. There's a lot of money he wasted there.
Bounty complete.
Alright, so we did go 10-0, but basically because Bikes and Chuggy are kind of broken, that was sort of the whole deck. I really didn't enjoy this deck very much. Now, I'm not really an aggro player. I don't really like playing decks like this, where you just spam a lot of cheap units. I feel like these decks are pretty good when you're behind, because your units are super cheap and you can just keep flooding the pads with them. But it's really hard to actually maintain control over the map with a deck like this. So, like, when you play a deck like this, you never secure in your victory. Like, you never get to a point where you're like, okay, I've locked it up, I can't lose. Because your stuff is so vulnerable and cheap that it'll always just die to a stiff breeze. But it means that if you're behind, you can just keep throwing units. You never run out of money. You can just keep sending stuff at the pads and hold them for a long time with cheap air. That's just not really my playstyle. I'm not saying the deck is necessarily bad, it's just very not my playstyle, and it really struggles with Inferno. Inferno seems like a huge problem. I much prefer to play decks like this or this, where you can really get expensive combos of units going and securely hold pads with them. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that run, and I will see you next time.